So today I'm a member of the Environmental Sustainability Rotary Action Group. We basically work in getting your projects done in clubs, help you with projects done in the clubs, with districts, and we also are your technical advisors as the new area of focus environment for global grants. So most of you here have just heard our waterman talking about how Rotary can work with water, and this is what I've been telling also our past district governor Sridhar, is that we need to look at global grants, especially from this district where you go from water scarcity to flooding and across India. So this is what we have to do to get a global grant in the area of focus of environment. There are slight differences that you need to do to get the grant through. May I have the next slide, please? So the first thing is community assessments. Most of you would be aware of it and have done this for a lot of projects. But in case of applying for an environmental grant, there are three things that you really need to do. Please get the assessment for your community done through people who are professionals. So you get the correct data from the community at what the community requires, more than what you need to do for the community, so it works as a community stewardship. The second one is for all global grants in environment, even if you are working on, say, an aquifer project, you have to have an analysis done of the habitat and the landscape. This is very important as we are working in a field, and right now after the COP27 and the COP15 on biodiversity, we have time till 2030 to protect whatever biodiversity we have. So the second part is your habitat and landscape analysis. And for the third, this thing for any of your global grants to work, please bring in local administration or the district administration of that area involved in that project. Otherwise, sustainability is going to be an issue. May I have the next slide, please? The next slide. So the TRF objectives for the area of focus is just as what anyone can see if you have, is conserving nature and biodiversity, mitigating climate change, looking at sustainable and adaptable livelihoods, and strengthening environmental equity. And these are the four pillars on which the the area of focus environment works. And can I have the next slide? And these are the action goals that you have. So you can make sure that your projects are in one of these action goals, which is hands-on conservation, community and natural resource management, which is basically the river projects and water projects that you're doing in your district. Agriculture. If you touch water, agriculture comes in. So actually, when you start looking at your global grant projects, you're going to be ticking off the different action goals. For climate, energy and electricity are your main features. Then resilience and adaptation of a community to any of the changes that you are bringing in or they have already undergone. Environmental education, circular economy, environmental public health, land use, and environmental innovation. People have not thought about land use. Rotary Foundation now lets you help create sanctuaries. You can create a wetland reserve. These are all part of your global grants. And when it comes to environmental innovation, these are things like trying to repurpose waste and other things that you can do. So these are the action goals that you have for the area of focus environment, and this is where your project has to lie in. Can I have the next slide, please? So when you talk about sustainability in a global grant, earlier you were looking just at financial sustainability. Here we have to look at additionality, which is what does your project do which wasn't there in that system and now adds to that system. Your project has to bring in some additionality. What is permanence? Permanence is that the project continues for a longer time and this will only happen if you have a community buy-in. Avoiding a rebound effect. What is a rebound effect? Is like you start a project and due to some problems with the community, it just changes. So your project definition and the clarity of your vision has to be there. Exported impacts, supposing you're working in a forest and you decide that this area, there's going to be no grazing, you have to make sure that the grazing doesn't occur in another area. Equilibrium and trade-offs, you cannot solve all the problems in an environmental project. So you have to be able to pick up and choose what is the most important and what can come in next. And the main questions you have to ask are, who are the stewards of your project? Like if you do a river project, who's going to continue it? Rotary steps back, but do you have the community or the local administration taking it forward? So for the environmental grants, it is great if you can get institutional help and collaborate with organizations. The first main thing when you do your community assessments, please ask what your community knows about the system. They know much more than what you know. Please use it. And financial sustainability, these are long-term projects. It's not like going and giving an ECG machine and stepping back saying we've done the insurance. We need for the financial sustainability to work because these projects are working with people mostly, and you need to make sure it lasts for a longer time. Next one, please. When it comes to monitoring and evaluation part of your global grant, please get the experts to evaluate. ESRAG alone has, out of the 70 environmental CARDA around the world, we have 37 CARDA members with over 20 just here in India. Please use us. You've got universities, organizations that will work. And please, if you have any questions or any concept notes that you need verified, please send it to us at ESRAG. You can just go to our website, esrag.org, and you can find us. For every single part of your project, the measures have to be addressed, and for each use, every objective has to be measured. Otherwise, you're going to get the project being thrown back to the grants officer and not coming. Environmental project, by its name itself, is a long-term project. This is not something that you do as a pilot and get out. We are not doing research here. We are doing something which has been proven in the field and can be taken and made into a turnkey in a different place using local conditions. May I have the next slide, please? Most of your projects will have training programs. It is not Rotarians who are doing the training program. You need to bring professionals here too. So please get experts to train your community, and in your grant proposal, you will be asked to provide the credentials of whoever is training. The next slide, please. In your budget and this thing, please add 10% for monitoring by independent evaluators of your project. This is what makes your project very, very efficient and sustainable. The next slide, please. So the main thing about your project is it has to be impactful. It has to be sustainable, economically, ecological. And all of us know climate change is real, and our time is now. As Rotary, we have enough of our strength in numbers and our reach to make these projects. Yes, 3232, you are a great district, you're doing a lot of work, but you have to also think big. Let's start looking at projects $100,000 and more. Otherwise, you're going to lose out on sustainability. Please think big. Get up, get innovative ideas. You've got a huge 20,000 strong Rotractor group. Use the youth and think beyond your borders. When you're doing a project, be it mangroves or be it a water project or a forest project, everything is interconnected in nature. It doesn't stop with your RI district borders or it doesn't stop with the state borders. Everything has an impact on something else. We have to work in Rotary you can't do these projects as a single club project. Think of it as multi-club, multi-district, because the more people you get in and more people you get invested, your project is going to be much better. We can make a difference. We have made a difference. This is our new polio, and this is where we need to be. The last slide, please. These are our contacts. It's a very simple way to contact us at projects@esrag.org. And this is our website. We have projects that you can see, that you can take up. Right now, we are working on 30 global grants across the world on mangroves. And the rest of the projects are sanctuaries. We've got solar projects. And we are here to help you. Please do contact us. For your 3232, you have your South Asia chair. Arun, can you lift your hand? I can't see you. Arun Vadi is the ESRAG South Asia chair. He is here. You can reach out to him, or you can just send us an email at projects@esrag.org. Thank you so much.